Yeah, this is case number 569 on the calendar in the matter of Yatar versus Safford.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. Yatar, you and Mr. Stafford were engaged to be married, and according to your complaint, you were living in a condo that was owned by your mother. And when you moved in, the two of you decided to do some renovations on the condo. Mr. Stafford terminated the engagement rather abruptly, and you claim owes you money for a Home Depot bill that he promised to pay for materials to renovate your mother's condo. Mr. Stafford says that that's ridiculous. Why should he pay to renovate a condo that belongs to your mother? In addition, when he left a whole bunch of stuff there, electronics and things that more than cover the value of this bill. However, he's counterclaiming for that. And in addition, he says that you began a course of conduct that borders on harassment, which he's going to tell me about. When did you move into your mother's condo?
In December of 2004. 2003, I'm sorry.
When did you become engaged?
In February of 2004.
What kind of work did you have to do in the condo?
We didn't have to do anything. We decided to fix, when my mom had decided to get a job in Boston, we fixed up the two rooms that were adjoining, which included the master bedroom. We both decided that it would just be nice to make it a little more homey because it would be our home for a few years probably.
What kind of work did you do, Mr. Stafford, in the house?
I replaced the drop ceiling, knocked the wall out, painted both rooms, built a entertainment center into the wall.
You're pretty handy.
None of it got finished.
Well, it's pretty handy even to start it. Now, tell me why you think, Ms. Yatow, that he should pay for this outstanding bill from Home Depot.
Because we made an agreement that it all started with a computer. We each had a computer. One was a laptop, Macintosh, one was an IBM. And we were going to switch because we needed each other's computers. And
why did you need each other?
Because I had a Mac and he records music and it was better for that. And I needed an IBM because I was working on an honors project and the Mac wasn't compatible. But then he moved in, so that kind of faded away. Right. And then his computer ended up crashing. So we decided to buy a new computer, and we put it on a Best Buy credit card, which I paid off when I graduated from college, and I got graduation money. So he told me, we made the agreement that if I paid off for the computer that we both shared, that he would pay for the Home Depot credit card, which was less money than the computer.
When did you buy the computer?
Probably April or May.
Does that sound like the deal that you made with her?
It wasn't to pay off one and pay off the other. We kind of split everything, so it was split everything.
No.
Now, when did you leave, Mr. Stafford?
June, July, the end of June, first week of July.
Under what circumstances did you leave?
Not good circumstances, actually. A couple of things had come to light about...
I don't want to hear about it. It's not important. Did you have a discussion? Did you?
No.
Well, we had an argument because she cheated on me, and it came...
This isn't true.
It came...
Okay, you had an argument, and?
Yeah, and after I found out, what had been going on, I just took my stuff and left.
Did you take the engagement ring?
Not when I left initially.
You came back to get the engagement ring?
We had conversations about trying to work out the bills and to work out the situation after I left, and she gave it back to me. We had made a second agreement as far as a few of the things that I would get returned. And,
like what?
Air conditioner, futon, GameCube.
You mean all the things that I just told you to have? Told you to come back and get?
Mr. Yatow, don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
And I was going to get that stuff back and then give her a little bit of money to help her out with various things, nothing.
So did that come about?
I went by the house and I went to pick up the stuff, and the stuff that I was looking for was either not there or in a room that was locked that I didn't go in.
There's no locks on the doors in our house.
What word didn't you understand about being quiet? How much money were you going to give her?
The Home Depot bill was around like $500 or $600, and I had offered to give her half of that and get some of the stuff back. Most of the stuff that I was getting back was extra. She had another television, and another air conditioner, and the futon was extra.
How long had you been together at that point, Mr. Stafford?
A little less than a year.
Let's get to the harassment.
As far as after
Unless
the
you want to
agreement,
forget the harassment.
well, after the agreement that we had made, I told her, I said, you got to get everything together for me if you want me to come back and get it. And she never called me back with that we didn't talk for about a month or two. And I just left her alone. She called a couple of times, my parents' house, and looking for me. And it wasn't really until January that it got bad because I had W-2s and they were actually sent to that address. and she called my house and told my mother that she wasn't going to return them until she got her money, and I never got them.
Why didn't you send them as W-2s?
I asked his mother what to do, and she said, I'll let him know that you called with them, because the minute I received them, I called and said, now, the truth is I could never get a hold of him after we broke up.
Why didn't you just send it to his mother?
I just didn't think it was worth it. I haven't opened them. They're still sitting at my house. He never asked me for them. He has my email address. I didn't know what to do with them.
Why didn't you just send them to his mother?
Because she didn't ask me to. She said, I'll let him know that you called.
Go.
So then it was an issue of, before any of this taking me to court for any type of money, we had been emailing each other to try and figure things out. And at one point in time, the agreements had been put on paper and email. And I noticed I tried to log in.
Do you have a copy of that agreement? I'd like to see it.
I tried to log into my email a couple of times and I couldn't get in. Someone had been breaking into my email. So I had sent Yahoo had sent me a letter saying that someone had been entering it.
Let me see. Do you have that letter?
Yeah, it's right here. It says the 3 things they needed to do to get into my email account. Emails were being deleted, written.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You even say, I'm going to sell the ring that I'm not giving back to you. Did you do that?
I returned it to the place. They gave me a credit.
Look at my eyes and try. Look at my eyes and tell me exactly what you did.
I did.
Look at my eyes.
And later today.
Is it correct that her car was blocking the alleyway?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
The reason why I did not park on the street is because there's a sign that says no parking on pavement.
I don't care if you park on Pluto.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Yattaw says ex-boyfriend James Safford owes for a credit card bill and unfinished renovations to her mother's home. James says Andrea has been hacking his emails.
You seem to indicate in this email, Mr. Stafford, that the reason that you were offering money to Monsieur Tao is that you didn't want her mother to be out of money. When did her mother give you money?
I had a financial hold on a transcript I was trying to get sent to transferring from one college to another. So she offered to help me out with getting the transcript sent there because it would have affected my enrolling in school for September.
And how much did she give you?
It was $550 something, I think.
Is that right?
Yes.
Has he returned that money to you?
No, he hasn't.
Well, do you think you should return that to her?
Yeah, one of the things that I had mentioned about returning the money to her mother when we had a conversation was that it initially was agreed that it was not to be returned. And it wasn't changed until our agreement changed, until things changed with us. Everything all of a sudden changed, and now I want money for this, I want money for that.
Well, I mean, you can understand that, Mr. Stafford, because when her mother gave you the money, she thought you and her daughter were building a future together. And she said, I don't want your future to suffer. I mean, I assume. That's common sense. I don't want your future to suffer because you can't get these transcripts released. I'm going to give you the money that you need to do it, right? But it seems that in your emails, you suggest that you are taking on and assuming that obligation. Mm-hmm. And you even say, I'm going to sell the ring that I'm not giving back to you. Did you do that?
No, I returned it to the place. They gave me a credit.
Look at my eyes and try. Look at my eyes and tell me exactly what you did.
I did.
Look at my eyes.
I returned it for credit, which I actually gave to my mom, and my mother used it to buy something for herself. I couldn't use anything.
What was the credit for the ring?
It was like $2,500.
All right. You plan on giving Monsieur Tao back the $500 so that she can give it to her mother?
For the money I was given for school should be.
Fine. Now, I still haven't figured out what this terrible harassment is and how you relate it to Monsieur Tao.
It was basically the email hacking. I have the 4 dates that Yahoo gave me. Emails were deleted and sent to people, and Yahoo gave me 4 dates, and I addressed
Other than the fact that you believe Monsieur Tao has had the opportunity and inclination to do that, do you have any proof that it was, in fact, she who did it?
They wouldn't give me anything in writing unless I had a court order.
So the answer is no, other than the fact that she had the opportunity, inclination, and probably did it. You don't have any proof that she did it.
Right.
You're going to give her back the $500? She's going to probably give it to her mother. This has nothing to do with the Home Depot bill. No. Home Depot bill is yours. You got your place. What?
When he moved in those...
You know, just a second. You want to speak to me? Stand up here. You don't want your money?
I have...
You don't want... I'm asking you, do you want your money or not?
Yes.
If this money is given to you, it's given to you so that we can, in the nature of judicial expediency, so that you're not in a position to ever sue him.
Right.
Again, this is the money that he took from you in order to get his transcripts released, which he acknowledges here that he intends to pay you for?
He intended to pay me for the Home Depot credit card. That's also one of the emails.
No, my dear. Maybe he's not swift, but I am. The agreement with him was that the two of you were going to share this new computer.
But he took my
I'm
laptop.
speaking! You purchased it, and the agreement was that he was going to pay one bill, according to you, and you were going to pay this bill. You paid the bill for your computer, and you kept the computer. Now, if he agreed to pay the Home Depot bill and your mother wants to give him the condo, that's fine.
The repairs didn't need to be made.
They didn't need to be made.
He convinced us to do them and then said, I will pay for it. It
Grow
wasn't
up.
even, it's
Miss
not even...
Yatow, grow up. Do you
ripped-
want your money or not? The answer is simple.
No, but he ripped he'd made
ripped a wall
repairs
out.
and he ripped a wall out and left it that way. It was
I had to
exposed.
pay to get
we
that
had to
fixed
pay to get it
after.
fixed.
Then you made a mistake in judgment by saying,
No,
go ahead and do it. Then you made a mistake in judgment.
I did.
Good.
I said I'd marry
Well,
him.
then you learn from it and you go on. But not every mistake in your judgment is a court case.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Yataw says ex-boyfriend James Safford owes for a credit card bill and unfinished renovations to her mother's home. James says Andrea has been hacking his emails.
Sometimes you make a mistake in judgment and you just have to say,
What about
I'm not going to do this again.
What about the ring that was my property?
No, it wasn't. It was an engagement ring. It was
It's a
not your
gift.
property.
I didn't break the engagement. He
It doesn't make any difference
It
who
does.
broke
It's a
the
breach of
engagement.
promise.
Miss Yatow, it does not. It does not. The ring, an engagement ring, is given in contemplation of getting married. Last I heard, the two of you did not get married. I mean, if the engagement was broken, rather than having a bad marriage, that's a good thing.
Oh, yes, of
That's a
course
good
it
thing.
is. Thank God.
So
but-
the ring does not belong to you until after you say, I do. But if your mother wants her money back, then the two of you can go on your respective life's paths without ever having to come into contact with each other again. I'm going to give her back her money, and you're prepared to do that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's what. Step up.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He never gave me a reason for leaving. Now he says I cheated on him. That's not true.
Someone cheats on you and then sends you emails that says they cheated on you. And they're right here, but I guess I just didn't need them to show the judge.
His girlfriend gave me a nice, emailed me and said that I was hacking into the email and that I was deleting emails necessary for court and that I was crazy.
Well, it's kind of getting ridiculous. Someone was changing his password 3 times, and the only emails missing were the ones that she had sent him in correspondence.
She thinks that I've been chasing around clubs and bars. I've seen him once since we broke up.
Every time going out places, her coming up to him, and as soon as seeing him with me, leaving at bars and stuff, thank God it's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sheffield versus Mesa. Step forward, please.
Mediator Nicole Sheffield is suing ballet teacher Antonio Mesa for damaging her car when he pushed it with his vehicle. Antonio claims Nicole was blocking his alleyway.
Miss Sheffield, it is your claim that the defendant damaged your car.
Yes, ma'am.
He damaged your car after you had parked it in an alleyway.
That is correct.
Looking at that diagram, which car is yours?
I'm assuming...
Why don't you show me, Mr. Mesa, which car was hers?
Right here, ma'am. This one.
The red one or the blue one?
The red one.
Is that a single-lane alleyway?
Oh, yes.
And your house is there? Okay.
It's the only way.
Just,
All right.
I'm a smart woman, Mr. Mesa.
Okay.
I got
understand.
it.
I know.
Mr. Mesa pushed your car.
That is my understanding, yes, ma'am.
You weren't there.
No, ma'am. I was inside the school that's a block away.
The Forest Park Elementary School.
That is correct, yes, ma'am.
What were you doing there?
I'm picking up my stepdaughter from school.
How dare you park in an alleyway like that?
That was the only place to park during that time. There were other vehicles parked around the school and on the street.
You parked in a situation where he couldn't get out of his house and nobody else behind your car could get out of their house if they had to in an emergency.
I was anticipating not being in the school for a very long period of time.
But you were in the school for a long period of time.
I happened to be in the school for approximately 15, 20 minutes.
Well, that's too long, Miss Sheffield. What would you have this man do? He came out of his house. He had according to him, you're a
Yeah.
musician.
No, I'm a ballet teacher.
A ballet teacher.
instructor.
And you had students
Yes.
that you were going to meet.
Yes, ma'am.
And you came out of your house and you saw the car blocking the alleyway.
Wait, 10 minutes.
Just a second. You're her witness?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up, sir. And according to her, you're a peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know her from before this incident?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Is it correct that her car was blocking the alleyway?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
That's outrageous, isn't it, sir?
It's a ticket fence.
It's outrageous.
Yes, ma'am.
What would happen if there was a child in one of those houses that required an ambulance, otherwise they were going to die in 5 minutes?
They would be trapped.
Right. So what do you think a court should do for her?
I explained to her that she would probably end up getting a ticket for parking in that alley. However, he did use his vehicle to push her car, physically push it out.
He
Yes.
took his car after he waited, according to him, for how many minutes, sir?
10 minutes. 10, at least 10.
And you honked the horn?
Yes, ma'am.
He did honk the horn?
Yes, ma'am,
Yes.
that's what caught my attention.
And he waited?
Yes, ma'am.
And he waited?
Yes, ma'am.
And she didn't come out?
She did not come out.
And he pushed her car?
First he got out of his vehicle after laying on the horn. I was unsure of what was going on. I thought it was a car alarm. I had pulled over, and I had my children from school as well. I had
So
pulled
you were,
over.
just a second. So you were off duty?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had your children in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
From the same Forest Park Elementary School?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get your children from the school?
I sat in line and picked them up.
Sat in line?
Yes, ma'am.
In your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what most of the parents do?
Some of them, yes.
And what do the other ones do?
They park in the area.
They park what?
They park in the area and walk up to pick up their children.
Was this the only car parked in the alley?
That was the only car parked in that alley. Yes, ma'am.
May I say something, Judge Judy?
Sure, Miss Sheffield.
the
You
reason-
understand I'm not sympathetic with you.
I do understand that at this point. But the reason why I did not park on the street is because I do have a picture. There's a sign that says no parking on pavement.
Listen, I don't care if you park on Pluto. Everyone who drives a car has been in a situation where somebody who is discourteous, like you are, and not thinking about other people, only about themselves, and only about their needs, and not the needs of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 people who might have an emergency. You had no emergency.
No, ma'am. It wasn't an emergency.
No emergency. But about the people who might have an emergency there, a medical emergency, a physical emergency, you didn't think about anybody else. The only thought you had was your needs. This man didn't ram your car. He didn't flatten your tires. He didn't smash your windshield. He said, I waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm pushing this car out of the way, and I have to get to my students. And if your car was damaged, deal with it. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 577 on the calendar in the matter of Valdez Park versus Duran. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Who used to be married to this defendant?
I was.
Your name is?
Michael Valdez, ma'am.
Mr. Valdez, Mr. Parks is your domestic partner.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? And according to your complaint, you and the defendant were divorced 7 or 9 years ago?
9 years ago, ma'am.
You had 2 children together.
Yes.
And the divorce granted you custody of your 2 children, who you have raised since that time.
Yes.
It is your claim that your former wife, because she is not happy with your lifestyle, has called in a series of false reports to Child Protective Services, and you want to be compensated for that harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition, she forged your name to a housing application, and she indicated that one of the children who was in your custody, because you don't have any other children, is that right?
I have a little girl, but she's in Virginia right now.
Well, you don't have any other children
No,
with him?
just came.
And she needed to have some child that was in her care in order to get an apartment, so she forged your name to an application that indicated that your son was in fact living with her.
Yes.
Mr. Rand said that you knew that she was going to forge your name. That's number 1. And number 2, she called Child Protective Services, which she has an absolute right to do because she was concerned for her children. That's your defense.
Yes, it is.
Okay. How long did you live together?
6 years.
How old are your children?
15 and 11.
How old were they when you were divorced?
Michael was 3 and Gabrielle was 7.
Was it a contested divorce with regard to the issue of custody?
No, ma'am.
You have what kind of problem, Mr. Rand?
Well, the only reason why he got custody is because I made a mistake and signed a piece of paper giving him custody because of the things that he told me. He told me he could get more benefits from the VA for our children at the time.
Mr. Rand, listen to me very carefully, madam. You have another child?
Yes, I do.
Child doesn't live with you?
No.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason that you have 3 children and none of them live with you. So you want to tell me what that reason is?
Yeah, the one reason, because the 2 kids from him, is because I made a mistake and signed a piece of paper. The second one was I was in an abusive relationship and left the state of Virginia with my child to take care of her.
So what you're telling me is it's somebody else's fault that you don't have custody of your 3 children. Is that what you're telling me?
It's my fault because I left the state of Virginia.
Somebody else's fault because you were in an abusive relationship, because he told you something that was not true. That's why you don't have custody of your children. You ever been in a drug rehab program?
No, I haven't.
Do you need one?
No, I don't.
Have you ever been drug tested?
Yes, I have.
By a court?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had a positive drug test by a court? When was the last time you had a positive drug test by a court?
A year ago.
And what was it positive for?
Marijuana.
Anything else?
No.
When was the first time you were drug tested?
A year ago.
That was the only time you were ever drug tested by a court?
Yes.
In conjunction with what? Your custody, visitation, what?
It had nothing to do with that.
You mean you just went to court to be drug tested?
I called DCFS because of the things that they were doing to my son.
What kind of a report did you make to Child Protective Services?
I went and I told them what my son and my niece told me. My son told me that Ryan was walking around the house with his pants hanging clear down the front where he can see everything. And he was showing him tattoos of his neck and men on the back of his back, and about just him being around that situation. I didn't think it was right.
How long has your former husband been living with Mr. Parks?
About a year and a half, maybe.
How long?
3 years, ma'am.
How often do you visit with your children?
Well, before Ryan came in...
Do you have a court order of visitation?
No, I do not.
Why not?
Because we never had no problems until Ryan came in the picture.
Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am. I was previously married after Miss Duran, and the same thing was going on with my second ex-wife also. It was very difficult for visitation. She would say she was going to come. The kids would get all excited and be ready to visit, and she wouldn't show up, or she would show up hours later, and the kids would be upset. So we'd make alternate plans and take them bowling or something to get their minds off of the situation. So.
Why was there never a court order of visitation, Mr. Valdez?
At the time, the judge just said that that would be something that you guys deal with at a later time through court.
Do you have a copy of the judgment to divorce?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it, please.
So at the time, the judge just said visitation was at my discretion.
When was the last time you paid child support?
We didn't have no set time when I was supposed to pay, but I bought my children stuff.
So
and
are you telling me that in the 9 years that he's had custody of the children, you've never paid child support?
Oh, yeah, I paid
Well, that's what I want to know. How
Yeah.
much have you paid in child support?
I don't know exactly how much I paid, but he went to ORIS a year ago, Ryan did, and told them that I didn't pay child support for a year, which is a total lie, because I gave him my kids' stuff and I bought them stuff.
Giving
and that
your
was
kids
the
stuff
agreement between us two.
Giving your kids stuff and buying them things is not child support. I'm talking about every week send them $75, $100, $150. And if your answer is, I don't send my children regular child support, and I have never done that, then that's what you answer me. Don't tell me you send them clothes.
Okay, well, my answer is I don't have a document, but yes, they were garnishing my checks.
So when was the last time that you paid child support?
6 months ago.
But let's say that's true. Why haven't you paid child support in 6 months?
I haven't talked to these guys because they give me a hard time seeing my kids. I meet my daughter at the mall, and I go buy her what she needs, take her to eat and stuff, and that's what I've been doing.
That's neglect.
How could it be neglect?
That's neglect. When you don't support your children, that's neglect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen, try to open up your ears.
I am. They are
Put on your listening ears.
I am.
They do not want to be in your custody.
And later today.
Why in the world would you do that? Or why in the world would you get on my hood and kick my car?
Because you acted like a fool, Mr. Ahern.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Valdez and his boyfriend Ryan Park claim Michael's ex-wife, Marie Duran, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Michael also says Marie is a deadbeat mom.
How much money have you received from the defendant since you've had custody of the children?
Approximately, in the last 9 years, only like $2,000.
And did you receive that as a result of income deduction orders?
Yes, and income tax. They held their income tax.
Is there currently a child support order?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see the order, please?
We went to court, and I agreed to go below the state standard for the child support.
$207 a month is what you're supposed to be paying. For one child or both?
That's for both. At one time, ma'am, I waived over $12,000 in arrears for her so that she could get a fresh start. And again, she's over $5,000 in arrears again.
Yeah, when I got my settlement, because you wanted half of that, and I gave that to you.
I didn't receive anything.
Yeah.
Half your settlement for what?
I got in a car accident, and he went to ORS, and he signed off on child support, what I owed him, and gave him half of my settlement so he could have cash for the kids.
How much did you give him?
I got 13. I think I gave him like about 8,000.
You got 13. You gave him more than half.
Yeah.
Show me.
I don't have nothing to show you.
He says he didn't get it. He didn't get
I know he
$8,000.
didn't.
Did you
Yeah,
get
he said a lot of
$8,000?
No, ma'am, I have never received a check from her for that. That was the agreement, yes. When she got her settlement, yes, she would give me half of it, but I never did. I didn't even know she got the settlement.
You did too.
Listen, I want you to tell me about the false paper she filled out for Housing Authority.
I received a phone call from Ms. Duran saying that I want you to write a letter saying that our son Michael lives with her so that she can receive assistance through housing. And I told her, no, I would not do that because not only is that fraud, but as soon as I did that, you would come and pick him up and take him. So I said, no, I would not do that.
Very smart.
And that's not true anyway.
Did you forge his name to a document?
No, he signed it.
Show me. Show me.
I don't have anything to show you. I wasn't even on housing when Michael was there. I'm not on housing now.
There it is, ma'am.
When that happened right there in August, he promised Michael that he would let Michael come and live with me because Michael wants to. These two keep me away from him because they know how much he wants to be there. The cops got involved in everything, and he was there in August.
Madam, this is not Mr. Valdez's signature.
Well, he wrote it. He wrote that. And that's not my signature. He wrote that. And he
I don't know. Maybe it's her signature. Who's that?
That's my sister. Why don't you sign it and see?
Maybe it's her signature, but it's certainly not his signature. I don't know who signed it. Your boyfriend signed it. Your priest signed it. I don't know who signed it, but he didn't sign it. He didn't sign it. It's not his signature.
He brought it over to our apartments where I live and faxed it from the office.
Show me. Show
well,
me.
He's got. Well, it's
show me. Show me. What do you have in front of you? You must.
I have a letter from his ex-wife.
If you knew enough to bring evidence, and you knew that this was one of the allegations, Ms. Duran.
I didn't know.
How many calls to Child Protective Services did she make altogether?
Exactly, I don't know. There's been some that they didn't allow her to do the protective orders, but there's been 3 protective orders put against me or Mr. Park.
Can I see them, please?
Yes.
Were they temporary restraining orders?
Yes, ma'am.
Any one of them culminate in a final protective order?
No, ma'am. They've all been dismissed. Or...
May I see them, please?
DCFS. And also there's a dismissal in there that Ms. Duran has filed once again to dismiss the case.
Well, the only reason why I filed through them anyway is because for my son's sake and for his safety.
Nothing came of your
nothing came of it, but
nothing came of your allegations. Yeah. Children's Services followed through with each of your allegations, and nothing came of it. The children still remain with their father. Is that right?
Yeah, but they don't want to.
I guarantee you, madam, if your children didn't want to be with their father, they wouldn't be with their father. They're 13 and 15 years. I'm speaking. They're 13 and 15 years old.
Yeah.
And if your children didn't want to be with their father, they would not be.
And that's why my kids threaten now to run away, that they're going to run away.
Listen to me very carefully, Ms. Duran. You abdicated your role as a mother 9 years ago by allowing your children to stay for the last 9 years with their father. They don't want to be with you. They're 13 and I'm speaking. They're 13 and 15. They have been interviewed by Child Protective Services on no less than, I'm speaking, listen, try to open up your ears.
I am. They are open.
Put on your listening ears.
I am.
They have spoken to Child Protective Services in the privacy of offices, not around your former husband or his companion. If they wanted to be in your custody at their age, the court would listen to them. They do not want to be in your custody. They have had an opportunity on no less than 3 occasions, according to these 3 reports.
They didn't ask them if they wanted to come and live with me. They asked them what I reported to them and what was going on.
Are you listening to me very carefully, Ms. Duran? When your children were asked whether they were being abused, I'm speaking, neglected, or in any way put upon by either their father or his companion, neither one of them said that they were. Neither one of them, when they had the opportunity of speaking in private to child protective workers, said to the worker, I really would prefer to live with my mother. They don't have to ask that question. Children who are 13 and 15 are more than capable of making that statement without it being as a result of a question being posed to them, Ms. Duran. They don't want to go and live with you because you are a neglectful parent.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Valdez and his boyfriend Ryan Park claim Michael's ex-wife, Marie Duran, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Michael also says Marie is a deadbeat mom.
Listen, it sounds to me, Mr. Valdez, that your children have been through a great deal.
Yes, I agree.
A great deal as a result of their mother's behavior, and a great deal as a result of your behavior as well. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, that is a fair statement.
I mean, without going into particulars, you've been married twice. As far as I know, you finally got your identity straight, right?
Yes.
Now you know what it is, so you're not going to get married again. I assume that that's true.
That's true.
But your children have borne witness to the whole process.
Yes.
So your children have certain emotional scars as a result of all the processes that they've seen. Their mother's neglect, their father's searching, and whatever happened during the course of that process. And I assume that if your children aren't in counseling, that they will be.
They have been, and the counselor said that he didn't see a reason to see him any longer.
Good. How long were they in counseling? I'm
speaking.
speaking. How long were they in counseling?
6 months.
When?
It was been over a year. And currently they are both seeing the psychiatrist at their individual schools.
Ms. Duran, I am going to suggest to you, madam, that if you were smart, you would petition the court to allow you to be engaged in conjoint therapy with your two children so that they can let you know in the presence of a therapist exactly how they feel. Would you have any objection to that?
No, ma'am.
I'm certain that it would be good for the children.
I agree.
And if she doesn't want to do that, that's her prerogative. But listen to me. You don't have a case against her. She doesn't like your lifestyle. She doesn't like what she hears. I assume that it's over. You're not going to file any more reports, are you, madam? I certainly hope not. Listen to me. I certainly hope. I'm speaking. You cannot listen to me when your mouth is moving. I certainly hope that before you file any other reports or call in reports to Child Protective Services, you will follow my good advice.
I will.
And petition the court for an order allowing you to see the children twice a month. And you set up and you pay for conjoint therapy with your two teenage children so that they can let you know what problems they have with you and what they would like to see you do to be more of a mother to them. Do you understand? Good. If you don't understand, she doesn't understand. That's a vacant look. I assume that means either she understands or she doesn't understand, but she doesn't like what I have to say. Either way, this case is over. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't approve of that situation, and I just wanted to do what was best for my kids.
She's not a good mother, and she's abandoned the children, and she's done it on more than one occasion.
I was seeing my kids, everything was going okay until he came in the picture and stuck his nose in it.
No, before my partner was into it, we were going through the same problems. It's been that way since day one of the divorce.
When I first told him I wanted a divorce, ever since then, he's been one allegation after another.
We're just a normal, happy family. We have a nice home. The kids go to school. We go to church. Just like a normal family.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Aarons versus Anderson, step forward.
20-year-old student Chris Aarons is suing his former friend, 20-year-old student Corey Anderson, for damaging the side view mirror on his Chevy Blazer.
How old are you, Mr. Aarons?
20 years old.
20 years. And you?
20 years old.
When did this incident happen, Mr. Aarons?
Back in August.
Date?
I'm not sure of the date.
Well, if it was important to you, you would remember the date.
Sorry.
Do you remember the date?
No, I do not.
Don't listen to me. Don't get comfortable.
This ain't gonna take long.
Right. All right, Mr. Aarons, according to your complaint, the defendant was a friend of yours. You were meeting up in a parking lot on some undisclosed date in August of last year. When you got there, I don't know, for some unearthly reason, you decided to bump his truck with your car, just for laughs. You gave it a little nudge. He got annoyed. He got out of his car, according to you, and jumped on the hood of your car, causing damage. Correct? That's what you're suing him for.
Yes.
And he says you started it, right?
Right.
Sounds right to me.
There was no damage to his car, and why?
Who cares? Why did you bump his car?
I was just doing it as a joke to get.
You were an idiot. You were an idiot.
It doesn't justify me having to pay $300 for the mirror that he broke.
Now, sometimes when you act like an idiot, there are consequences. If you're in a car that weighs thousands of pounds and you decide to scare your friend, because it's late at night, right? Did happen at night.
Yeah, so it wasn't
right?
that late.
And in a parking lot. And you came up from behind him and gave him a little push. Is that what he did?
Yes.
Did you see him behind you?
Yes.
What did you think when he gave your car a little push?
Why in the world would you do that? Or why in the world would you get on my hood and kick my car and break my mirror?
Because you acted like a fool, Mr. Ahern.
So does that justify him acting like a fool and...
It does if I say it does.
Damaging my car?
It does if I say it does. There are consequences to behaving badly. As far as I'm concerned, if we're dealing in a court of equity, it would not justify him getting out of his car and coming over and punching you in the face, which he didn't do. He said, you disrespected my property, I'm going to disrespect yours.
Well, then
Is that pretty much what it was?
Correct.
Sounds right to me. Bye.
Parties are excused. You may step. It's case number 547 on the calendar in the matter of Irwin versus Berlin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Miss Irwin, Mr. Berlin is your granddaughter's ex-boyfriend?
Right, Your Honor.
And you claim he owes you some money for babysitting for his daughter?
Yes, Your Honor, it was a copay.
Just a second. And then for some furniture that you purchased, which enabled him to get custody of his daughter from a previous relationship.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Your granddaughter and the defendant have a child together?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in addition to that, sir, you have a child from another relationship?
That's correct.
The child from the other relationship is how old?
2.5.
And there came a time when you were contacted with regard to gaining custody of this child because the mother was a drug abuser?
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
I believe it was November of 2004.
And at that time, where were you living?
At that time, I was living in a place in Portland, Oregon.
Who were you living with?
It was with Jennifer at the time.
Jennifer is Miss Irwin's granddaughter?
Correct.
And your child with her?
Correct.
When you were contacted about taking your daughter, did you at any time move in with Mrs. Irwin?
Basically, they moved in with us, and then we had to get a...
Who's they?
Ruth Irwin and also her son, Sean, moved in with us, and then we had to get a bigger place because I was basically getting custody of my daughter.
Now, what arrangement did you make with Mrs. Irwin as far as babysitting for your daughter while you worked? I assume you were working?
Correct.
Go ahead.
The arrangement was basically that she was going to watch my kid while I was at work, and at first it was okay, no payment involved. After a while, it became that she wanted to get paid for it, which I could see, it's understandable. So I went to the DHS office and...
Who's DHS?
Department of Human Resources.
So that you didn't earn enough to pay for child care, so you were getting state-subsidized care.
Correct.
And the agreement was, Miss Irwin, with the state, was that you were going to get $300 a month.
No, Your Honor.
How much a month?
The state did not pay me no $300 a month.
How much did they pay you?
The state paid me, on an average, $192 a month, and David was to match a copay, which he got extra food stamps to compensate.
Just a second, I'm speaking. You say he was to give you $169
yes.
a month? For how many months did you babysit?
4 months.
Did she babysit for 4 months?
This is correct.
Okay. In the contract that you had with the state, the contract said that you were to make a copayment, right?
Right.
You did not make the copayment.
Right, but that's because we had a verbal agreement to not pay.
Oh, well, I want to hear about the verbal agreement you had with Mrs. Irwin not to pay her $169 a month.
Okay. Basically, the verbal agreement was that I was going to use this money that I didn't pay her towards extra bills around the house.
What bills?
Such as water, sewage, power, rent.
So what you're telling me is you paid the water bill?
Part of it.
No, you're...
Of course you paid part of the water bill, sir. You were living there.
Correct.
I would expect you to pay part of the water bill. What else?
Paid cable, power.
Just a second. You paid it the whole thing or part of it?
Half of it, actually. She paid a quarter.
That's a lie.
Shh. Just a second.
That is a bull-faced lie, David.
Miss Irwin.
You knew
Miss Irwin, do you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor, I do. But
good.
Will I get my opportunity to talk?
No, not unless I ask you a question. This is not a tea dance. You don't open up your mouth and start to talk to him unless I ask you a question. Do we understand each other, Miss Irwin?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now,
but this man's lying.
You want to walk out of here?
No, Your Honor.
So you paid for what you minimally were supposed to pay for. Why would she agree that you not pay the $169 a month, Mr. Berlin, if you were paying only those portions of the bills that were rightfully yours?
Because, Your Honor, the verbal agreement we had in the beginning was that the $169 that I was to pay for the copay was only to be verbally not paid if she was to be paid by the state.
Mr. Berlin, that's a lot of double talk you just gave me.
Okay.
During the time that you were staying with Miss Irwin, did you have a substance abuse problem?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
Ever? Did you
No.
ever have a
lie.
Shh. Miss Irwin? Miss Irwin? Did you ever have a substance abuse problem, Mr. Berlin?
Nope. I drank alcohol every now and then, but that's it. Not a problem.
It was never a problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She babysat for you for 4 months. Times $169 equals $676, sir, because that was the agreement that you signed with the state. Now, let's get to the next part. The next part is Miss Irwin says that she bought furniture for your child, not the child that you share with her grandchild, but for your child, because otherwise the state would not give you your child.
Right.
So she went out and she purchased furniture with an understanding that you would repay her.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Did she buy the furniture?
She did, but she
How
went
much
out
did
and
she
bought
pay
it.
for the furniture?
I don't know the exact
How much did you
amount.
pay for the furniture, Miss Irwin?
The total amount of the furniture. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I've got a cold and I've got a lot of paperwork here that we need to resolve because...
No, we don't have a lot of paperwork. All we have is, how much did you pay for the furniture, Miss Irwin?
Well, I am not a calculator. I did not add it all up. I listed each article. I bought a potty chair for the child from Walmart.
How much?
$7. A bed and dresser at a yard sale. The bed was $30. The dresser was $25. Very nice ones.
Go ahead.
A small television for her to watch cartoons on, which there was no cable put in that room for that child to be able to watch any television.
Miss Irwin, I asked you a question. I don't expect you to talk to him.
And $65 worth of clothes.
$127.
Right.
May I say something, Your Honor? She went out and purchased all that stuff without ever consulting me
Did you
about
need that stuff for your daughter to come and live with you?
Not necessarily, no.
What do you mean, not necessarily? She didn't need a bed?
Of course she needed a bed, but I could have got...
She didn't need a dresser?
Yes, ma'am.
They would not have allowed the child to move in with you. You have one parent who is neglecting the child. They're not going to allow a child to come and move in with you unless they see that you have the provisions for the child. Correct?
Correct.
So somebody was going to have to furnish the child with a bed and a dresser.
Right.
Who would that be?
I could have done it, Your Honor.
But you didn't.
I would have done it on my next paycheck.
So when you got your next paycheck, you should have given her back the money. She bought it. $127, very cheap, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good.
Your Honor, could I say one thing?
No.
Well, it's very important to know...
I don't want to hear you. So far, you're not losing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She's a very bitter woman, Your Honor.
Bitter. Well, then I wouldn't want to live
Your
with her.
Honor,
So I don't want to hear unless I ask you a question.
And later today...
I want you to listen to me carefully, sir. I ask questions, you give me answers, and then we both leave here happy, and you continue to adore me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ruth Irwin says her granddaughter's ex-boyfriend owes for babysitting co-payments. Ruth says the state paid its share, and now David needs to pay his.
Miss Irwin, you're suing him for the furniture that you bought, the children's clothing that you bought, and the $169 times 4 that he was supposed to pay in a copay. So far, you're not losing. There's no need for me to hear you, except irritate me.
But I have some very important evidence here, Your Honor, that needs to be said. I threw this guy out of the house.
I'm not interested. You want to tell somebody about why you threw him out of the house? Go on Jerry Springer. This case involves two things. Look at me. Stop looking at your papers. It involves two things and two things only. Whether he's responsible for the $169 for 4 months, the answer is yes. And whether he's responsible for the baby furniture, and the answer is yes. Now, you, sir, have 30 seconds or less to explain to me your counterclaim, which, if I get it correctly, you say because she threw you out of the house, uncross your arms, because she threw you out of the house, you lost custody of your daughter. So you want all kinds of pain, suffering, and anguish. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Go to it.
Okay, well, first of all, she threw me out of the house because she claimed that I was depressed, so I went to go check it out. I called, and she says to never come back again. So basically, after that, I was basically homeless, and I had to say that I couldn't take care of my daughter because I was basically homeless. So because of that, she still has a lot of my property, such as this TV right here in this picture, which I have a receipt, which I bought a new one with.
Which anguish is that?
And
in what category does the TV come under mental anguish?
Basically, she still has some of my property. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Well, is your lawsuit mental anguish, or is it your property?
It's both. Your Honor.
Well, let's start with the anguish.
Okay, well, the anguish basically is she made me lose custody of my daughter.
No.
And
She didn't make you lose custody of your daughter. The state took the child away.
well, she basically kicked me out. That's how I lost custody of my daughter. I would have kept having custody of my daughter if I stayed in that place.
She didn't want you there anymore.
I understand that, Your Honor, but I was living there, and there was no reason why I should have been kicked out in the first place.
Why do you think she kicked you out, Mr. Berlin?
Because she thought I had depression, which I did, because she made life very unbearable there for me.
So she thought you were suffering from depression. She didn't want you in the house anymore. And you acknowledge that you were suffering from depression, but you say you were suffering from depression because she was making life intolerable for you with the house.
Absolutely. She's a very bitter woman, Your Honor.
Bitter. Well, then I wouldn't want to live
Your
with her.
Honor?
So I don't want to hear anything unless I ask you a question. Do you understand? Good. If she's making your life unbearable, you take your child and you move. That's what you do.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't sue for it.
Okay.
She's not responsible for keeping you in her house, nor is she responsible for the state taking your child away. Is the child now back with her mother?
Yes, ma'am.
So the state had an option of giving the child back to her mother, who was a drug abuser, or you, who was depressed. Is that right?
I believe so,
That
yes.
was the choice. That was some choice. All right, now let's get to the television set. May I see a photograph, please,
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
television set?
This is the actual picture of the television set right here, but the back of it is a receipt that I replaced it with a new television because, well, basically I gave up hope of receiving my television again.
Listen to me. I want to see the bill where you purchased this television set.
I don't have that, Your Honor.
When did you purchase it?
It was October of 2003.
Okay. You have that television set, Miss Irwin?
No, I don't, Your
Where
Honor.
is it?
Yes, you do.
No, I do not have the TV, Your Honor, because that was purchased between him and my granddaughter. They each shared that cost.
Just answer my question, Miss Irwin. Where is the television?
You know, it's in the living room.
Okay. Just a second. Where's your granddaughter?
In the living room, probably watching it. She paid for half of it.
Just a second.
No, she did not.
Just a second.
You got proof?
Miss Irwin, you don't understand what I'm saying to you, madam. Put the papers down. Don't speak to him.
He's a parasite, Your Honor.
Don't speak to him. And only answer my questions. Other than that, I don't want to hear you. Now, Mr. Berlin, you don't have a receipt for this television set indicating that you purchased it?
No, ma'am, I bought it.
You don't get it. You have to give her $803, Mr. Berlin. That is for 4 months of copay on the child care and your daughter's furniture, which she purchased, which she has no particular use for, with the understanding that the reason she purchased it was because the state was not going to permit you to retain or to gain custody of your 2-year-old unless you had a bed and a dresser, which she furnished and which, according to you, you were going to purchase with your next paycheck. And when you got your next paycheck, you should have given her the money back for it. That's the decision of the court. And for your mental anguish, you get a zippo, nada. You lost custody of your child because you were ill-equipped to take care of her.
Your
That's the
Honor.
only reason. And unless you're quiet, you're going to get nothing. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $803. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Got what you deserve, David. Nothing. Totally nothing. David didn't get called out for his misbehavings, but justice was served.
She's a very bitter old woman. She needs to come to her senses and stop being so bitter.
It's his virgin. I'm not an alcoholic. I drink a fifth a week.
Stay away from this woman over here.
You know, he's called until I'm committing suicide. Final thoughts is he'd do the state a blessing.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Strickland versus Johnson. Step forward, please.
Bar owner Michael Strickland is suing former patron, construction worker Brad Johnson, for putting a fist through his jukebox. Brad says he only tapped it with his finger.
Mr. Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the guilty finger. Show me.
That's the one.
That's the one. See? Just solve this whole case. Let me explain it to you, Bert.
Thank you.
Mr. Strickland owns a bar. Mr. Johnson is a customer, and he's been a customer for a long time.
Yes.
And according to Mr. Strickland, Mr. Johnson broke his jukebox. And he broke his jukebox because he was tapping on the glass, you know, the big glass, and it broke. So
Little glass.
a little glass, and it broke. So when I said to him, let me see the guilty finger, he showed it to me.
Oh.
Because he said, I didn't break it, I didn't do nothing. So See how easy
Nice.
that was?
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. That was very good. You have to say thank you. Your experience paid off. Mr. Strickland, you have a bar, you have a jukebox. Describe the jukebox to me.
I've got a picture of it right here.
That would be
to start it off.
pleasant.
This is a little nicer picture just to show it's not a roadhouse. It's a nice establishment.
Oh, yeah.
Have families
Right.
and so forth that go in there. It's not just a
That's a jukebox
bar.
This is on the wall, sir. It's mounted on
Yes,
the wall.
it is.
And it was broke. The glass broke.
Yes.
That's
and
what
I
it's
can
all
show you
about.
that as
When,
well.
when did the glass break, sir?
When he put his fist through it.
What date is what I want to know
It would be the 22nd of December
of last year.
of last year. Correct.
And he had been a customer for a long time.
Yes.
You played the jukebox before,
Absolutely.
and this time it jammed.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those little push-button screens. Oh, sorry.
It jammed. Something wasn't
Working right. That's correct.
So what did you do to help it work right?
I pushed a little harder.
Push a little harder with your guilty finger.
With my finger.
With your guilty finger. And as a result of that, the glass...
It kind of spider-webbed out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that you have several ways of resolving a non-functioning jukebox. The first thing you do is use your words. You go over to the manager and you say, I put in my quarter and it didn't work.
Right.
But if you use your finger, and your finger is attached to that muscle that looks like you work out occasionally?
No.
Well, it certainly looks like you work out, sir. That's a compliment.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome. If it breaks during the natural course of your use, you're not responsible.
Right.
But if you resort to extraordinary measures, like using your guilty finger, raise that guilty finger again, sir.
It's right there.
Mr. Johnson, that's the guilty finger, then you have to pay for the damage. Is that fair?
Oh, no.
Why do you think it's not fair, Mr. Johnson?
I think anybody that came up there and pushed it could have broke it. Now, if I put my fist through it...
Well, just a second. Anybody could have. Let me tell you this. If my 6-year-old granddaughter, who weighs 34 pounds, put her finger on it like this, it would not have broken.
Unless it's already cracked.
But it wasn't already cracked.
Well, we don't know that.
We do know that when you put your finger on it,
Yes.
tapped it with that sizable bulk behind it because you were frustrated. How much money had you put in?
Oh, not very much. I wasn't frustrated. Just...
Your Honor, can I tell you a little bit about his behavior?
You can tell me about his behavior, sir, but does it look like it's necessary?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, how long had you been in the car that night, Mr. Johnson, before we tapped on the jukebox?
Oh, we'd just been there for a little while.
What's a little while, sir?
Maybe a half hour.
How much did you have to drink in that half hour?
Personally, a couple of beers.
Okay. And were you dancing or just hanging
no,
around?
I don't dance.
You should dance.
Look at me.
Now, the plaintiff, Mr. Strickland, also says that when you get drunk, you act a little stupid, and you ran out during another instance on a $200 bar tab. Did you do that?
That's what he says.
Your Honor,
Did
can
you? Shh, Mr. Johnson, did you do that?
I walked out, but it wasn't my bar tab.
Whose bar tab?
Oh, I have no idea. We had like 8 people with us.
Did
so.
you pay it?
No. I put money down on the table with everybody else, and they all left. So, but it always comes back to me.
Did you
every time we go there.
eventually pay the $200?
Absolutely.
It's not the way to...
Did you eventually pay the $200?
Yeah, I dropped off a check there.
Okay.
Well, of course, like a couple weeks later.
Mr.
Yes.
Johnson, I want you to listen to me carefully,
Yes,
sir. I ask questions, you give me answers, and then we both leave here happy, and you continue to adore me, right? Did the police come to your house and discuss the $200 bar tab?
No, they called me.
They called you.
Yes.
They didn't come to your house. They called you.
Right.
And it was after that that you dropped off a check?
Yes.
Very good. Now, cost them $1,515.50 to fix what your guilty finger did.
All right.
Judgment for the plaintiff in that amount. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties arts, you may step out. Cool. Parties been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
You are Mr. Lindstrom?
Correct.
You weren't there during the course of this argument that resulted in damage to a car that you own, that your daughter was driving. Is that right?
That's correct.
So you can have a seat. Ms. Lindstrom, the defendant was your boyfriend. I gather from your papers that you are in the process of breaking up with him. You decided to go over to his house. There was an argument. You decided to take some of your belongings. And an argument ensued. And the argument, I gather, was over a guitar that you were taking with you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the argument extended outside and resulted in your father's car getting dented.
Yes.
You say the defendant caused those dents to the car. Okay, so let's start. When was this argument?
April 5th.
Of this year?
Yes.
Now, when you went over to his apartment, had you already broken up?
It was actually his parents' house, and no, we hadn't.
So you went over there for the purpose of what?
Just to hang out.
And you got into an argument?
Yes.
About what?
Nothing in particular. We were just getting on each other's nerves.
So what did you do?
He asked me to leave, and I said I would leave if I could have my personal belongings back, because we assumed we would never be speaking to each other after that point.
And what personal belongings were you going to take?
I had a guitar, a VCR, and a Sony PlayStation, but at that point I was most concerned about the guitar because I still owed money on it.
Tell me about the guitar.
It's a $650 guitar I purchased from a store. I purchased it on a payment plan in which I still owed 2 more payments on.
Who plays the guitar?
Andy plays the guitar.
So you gave the guitar to him?
I bought it with the assumption that he would eventually pay me back for it.
You don't buy something under the assumption. When did you give him the guitar?
The day we bought it.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding you buying the guitar.
We went to a store. We both picked out a guitar that we both liked. I actually traded in a guitar that I owned and paid the remainder of the money that was owed with a check. And there's 2 other checks that were going to be cashed at later dates to make up the remaining payment.
How did you get the guitar, sir?
She gave it to me and I brought it over to my house, and I'd been playing it for a couple of months.
What do you mean she gave it to you?
When we moved out of our apartment, she gave the guitar to me and said I could take it to my house.
And said you could take it to your house?
Yes.
Well, did she give it to you as a gift, or did she purchase it to share it?
I asked her to buy it for me as a gift and told her I would pay her back if she wanted me to, and that's what I assumed was going on.
You said 2 different things. You said she bought it for you as a gift, and you said you would pay her back.
The gift part of it was that she was going to pay for half of it and I was going to pay for the other half. That was like the original agreement we had when we went into the store to buy the guitar.
Is that right?
Considering that I had given the guitar store my guitar that I had owned previously, that was the part I was paying for.
Is that right?
Yes.
Fine. So how much money was invested in the guitar?
Probably $450.
That you paid for?
Yes.
Okay. And the agreement was he was to pay you back for that?
Yes.
But he was going to keep the guitar?
Yes.
Did you make any payments to her?
I hadn't at the time that she came over. It was a little while after we'd moved out of our apartment, and the fight just happened, and she took the guitar, and I wanted it back.
Why hadn't you made any payments on it?
I hadn't gotten paid from work yet, so I didn't have any money.
So, Miss Lindstrom, based on your contract, you gave him the guitar.
Yes.
He was to make payments on it. So you had no right to take it from the house.
He hadn't made any payment on it.
You didn't have any time frame for the payments. Is that right?
Correct.
So you had no right to take the guitar. It could have been a lawsuit. You could have sued him for the $450. But the guitar was, in fact, his guitar. You understand that? If you didn't, I'm explaining it to you now. You may have still owed money on the guitar, but your agreement was he keeps the guitar, he gives you $450 at some time. That's a lawsuit. That means that if you went there to retrieve your property, he says, I'm keeping the guitar, fine, you still owe me $450, you go to small claims court, you sue him for $450, and if that's your agreement, which he says it was, you get your $450. So you had no right to take the guitar. So you went into the house, you took the guitar, and what happened?
He tried to get me to leave by using force. At one point, he was on top of me on the bed and was choking my neck.
Why didn't you leave when he told you to leave?
Because I wanted to take my things with me first.
The most important thing you said you were interested in taking was the guitar.
That's right.
Which I've already explained to you had no right to take. Okay, so what happened next?
I got a hold of the guitar and he said, fine, if you take it outside, I'm just going to follow you and take it back from you. So I went outside and he grabbed it from me. And I tried to go after him, but he pushed me down. And I got up and he pushed me down 3 more times. And then he turned around to go back into the house, and I grabbed a hold of his back. And he said, Jenny, if you don't let go of my back, I'm going to hit you over the head with the guitar.
So you grabbed hold of his back, which means that you were sort of piggyback, is that right?
Yes.
So your feet were off the ground?
Yes.
And you were holding on to him?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And after he said that, he laid me back down onto the hood of the car. So that
he laid you back down so that you would get off him?
Right.
Go ahead.
And then he got up off of me, and I got up and grabbed the guitar. And I ran around to the other side of the car, to the driver's side. And I got inside. I put the guitar and got inside the car. I shut the doors. I locked them. He looked really upset because I was in my car. There's nothing else he could do. At this point, he kicked off the passenger mirror of my car and then proceeded to kick the front passenger door and the back passenger door a few times. And then he went inside and his mother came out and asked if I was okay.
Do you have photographs of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them, please.
Right there.
Sorry.
Is this a picture of the hood of the car?
Yes.
Is there a dent in the hood of the car?
There are several small dents. The picture
Is
doesn't
that-
really show.
Is that from when you fell on the car? That you pay for?
Okay.
Let me hear your version of the events.
What happened was she came over to my house and we were just watching TV and I asked her to leave several times over and over again. The only force I used to try and get her out of the house was I picked her up and carried her, and I got her outside finally to leave, and she took my guitar with her, so I went and got it back, and she continued to jump at me, try and get it back. She jumped on my back. I pushed her onto the hood of the car because I wanted her off my back. I don't know if I kicked the car during the struggle on accident because she kept attacking me, but
The hood is during the course of the struggle. The kicks to the car aren't during the course of the struggle.
no, the struggle happened all around the car in my front yard. He was the only other person there that saw it. My mom didn't even come outside till afterwards.
Were you there all the time?
Yes.
Step up.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Jennifer Lindstrom says ex-boyfriend Andy Kunkel owes for an assault and for kicking her car.
Tell me your name.
Tony Vaitkunis.
Tell me what you saw, sir.
I came over, I guess they had been fighting. I came over right when they went outside, and they were running around the car, shouting at each other, and she jumped up on his back, and I saw the money later on the hood of the car. I did not see him kick the car. I don't know anything about that. That came up when Andy got the papers that they were suing him. The fight was pretty much Andy saying, give me my guitar back, and her saying no, and him saying, get away from me, and her running after him and wouldn't just leave.
Okay, let me see the estimates for the car, please. All right, we're eliminating the hood. Do you know why we're eliminating the hood?
I know why you think it should be eliminated, yes.
You jumped on his back. You had to get you off his back.
Not
What do you want him
throw
to do,
me on
hit you in
the-
the head with the guitar?
No.
Okay. So?
But would that have been my fault too, if he hit me on the head with the guitar?
Absolutely. He was stealing his guitar. Listen to me. The law doesn't take emotions into account. The law says it's his house. He asked you to leave. You didn't want to leave. He finally told you to leave. You finally said you would leave, and you took his property. Now, he has a right to get his property back. You want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He was not, that was his mother's house. He was not living there at the time, so
Yes, I was.
for him to say that he was not living at the home is incorrect.
Now, living at what home?
In his mother's home. He was not living there.
Well, his property was there. And he, as opposed to your daughter, at the time that she was told to leave by someone who has presumptive authority to be in the home, once she comes in with permission, but when she's told to leave, then it becomes a trespass if she doesn't leave. But your daughter had no right to take this guitar. The guitar had been given to the defendant. The fact that he owed her money is handled in a civil way. That's the way we resolve disputes in this country. She walks out the door, she gets into her car, she may be furious, but she gets into the car, and she says, I'm going to sue him for the $450 because that's what he owes me for the guitar. And he promised he would pay me back for the guitar.
Can I say something there?
Yes.
It was my belief that it would not become his guitar until he paid me back for it.
What your belief is irrelevant unless there is an agreement. And I guarantee you that when this guitar was purchased, you did not say to him, you may have physical possession of the guitar, but the guitar does not become yours legally until you pay me the money. You didn't say that to him, did you?
I said something similar, yes.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's not what a boyfriend and a girlfriend say to each other. It's not what even friends say to each other. They say, you'll pay me back? You know, I'm going to lay this out, but you'll pay me back for it? Yes, I will. That's it. So, the fact that he had to get you off his back and you dented the hood of your dad's car, you have to be responsible for that. But I find that you did, in fact, kick this car. You were angry because she had your guitar in the car, and you were angry.
didn't have it in the car until she drove off.
Yes, and that's when she says you kicked the car.
No, because she didn't drive off until after my mom came outside, and when my mother came outside, I went back in the house.
Before your mother came outside, you kicked the car. Clearly, this car was kicked. This is not just pushing somebody against the side door. There's a difference between a side door of the car and the hood of the car.
I didn't say that I pushed her into it. I said during the struggle it might have accidentally happened.
Could have happened. I find that it didn't. And he probably should have let her, just on an emotional basis, let her take the guitar and go and sue for it later. If you feel as if it was yours, then you would have sued her, and she would have said, we had an agreement. When he gives me the $450, you can have the guitar. Right?
Yes.
So somebody's got to pay for this man's car. His daughter's going to pay for part of it, for the hood of the car, but you're going to pay for the sides, which comes to $957. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was fine. I think she was fair what the decision was.
The judge made some valid points, but that it was still unfair.
Make legal binding contracts when you buy a gift for somebody, I guess.
Don't lend money.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flores versus Flores. Step forward.
27-year-old store clerk Patricia Flores is suing her sister-in-law, 25-year-old customer service rep Sonia Flores, for kicking her car. Sonia says Patricia was parked outside her home and she was trying to get her to leave.
Mrs. Flores, the defendant is your sister-in-law.
Correct.
And according to your complaint, you went over to your mother-in-law's house to pick up your husband.
Correct.
When was that?
March 31st.
And you were in your car?
Correct.
And your sister-in-law came either home or came out of the house?
No, she was driving up, going home.
She was coming home. She saw your car parked. You were waiting for him outside?
Correct.
And she came up to your car, started an argument, and then kicked your car.
Correct.
Damaging your car.
Correct.
You want her to pay for the damage.
Correct.
She says, I don't know, she merely tapped at your window and told you to go away. Had you had a problem with your sister-in-law before this?
No, I haven't had a problem with her before, but when I married my husband, she never liked me.
When were you married?
February the 27th.
Okay. Now, what did your sister-in-law say to you when she came up to the car?
She said kind of verbal names.
Tell me what she said. When she walked up to the car?
Yes.
Any reason for that?
Well, the reason is that apparently my two friends that I had before were my friends, not anymore, had told her that I was with her boyfriend, which it wasn't even her boyfriend.
You mean before you were married?
Before I was married, yeah.
So that's why you think she doesn't like you?
Correct.
Now, Miss Flores, why did you go up to the car and tell her to leave?
Because she's not really welcome at our house.
Not welcome by whom?
By my whole family that lives at my house.
Well, what does that have to do with you?
Well, I really don't like her because the way she is. She sleeps around, and
What's that your business?
I know it's not my business, but it is my brother, and
So it's not your business?
I know.
So what did you go up to her car for?
I was telling her to leave. Basically.
She was waiting for her husband.
Yes, but my mom even told my brother she's not welcome there.
She wasn't in the house.
I know, but she was outside and still, it's still in front of the house and telling her not.
You have pictures of the damage to the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please. Did she kick the car with you in the car?
Yes, she did.
Go ahead.
I went up to the car after work. This is around 5:30. And I tapped on the car, and yes, I was calling her names. And she did sleep with a friend of mine.
I'm not interested in who she slept with, madam. Couldn't be less interested.
All right.
So you're calling her all kinds of names?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
And then I was telling her to leave. She was ignoring me, and I kept telling her to leave. After a while, I decided, all right, this is enough. I turned around, and I walked back to my car. When I got something from my car, I walked back to the house, and then that's when my brother came out of the house, and she was saying that I kicked her car, where I don't know why she would say that.
She said it because you did it.
And
she said it because you did it. That's why she said it.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Because she was ignoring you. She was just sitting there. You were calling her all kinds of names. You were telling her to leave. She wasn't leaving. She was waiting for her husband. You got really frustrated, and you kicked her car.
Well, it is a used car. That dent could have been there already.
Yeah, well, it's possible, except that you did it.
I didn't do it.
Oh, yes, you did. You know why I know you did it?
How?
Because here you are. You're at your home. She's not in your home. She's sitting outside your home. You know exactly why she's there. She's there to pick up her husband. She's not invading your home. She's not invading your space. You say in your answer that you merely walked up to the window and tapped on the window and said, "You're not welcome here." But that's not what you said to her. You called her all kinds of names.
Yes, I did.
And if you called her all kinds of names and she was, as you put it, ignoring you, and I think you even said here something about giving you dirty looks,
yes,
then somebody with your kind of temper who was calling her all kinds of abominable names and telling her to get off her property would not just turn around and walk away. You may turn around and walk away after you gave her car a little kick, but not without that. You married?
No, I'm not.
Anybody else in your family married?
I have 4 brothers. They're all married.
Any of your brothers divorced?
No.
You like all the other wives?
Yes, I do.
Either you better learn to like this one or just to get along with her. It's not your choice. It's his choice. Not your choice, not your mother's choice, not your father's choice, not your sister's choice, not your brother's choice, nobody else's choice. It's his choice.
To be married to her?
That's right.
But it's also my choice whether I want to like her or not, and I choose not to like her.
You don't have to like her. You have to be civil to her.
That's if I like her. I don't like her.
Fine. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $596. That's all.
Yeah, that's case number 499 on the calendar in the matter of Carrigan versus Carrigan.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Carrigan, the defendant is your sister.
Yes.
Which one is the sister?
This one.
Who are you?
I'm her daughter.
Sit down. Okay. There came a time when you and your sister were living together in a house. Month and year that you moved in together in this house.
It was September of 2007.
Okay. Now, prior to that, according to you, Mr. Carrigan, you had purchased a handgun from your sister for $250. Then there came a time, subsequent to September of 2007, you're going to tell me the date, that you and the defendant had an altercation in the house. Police were called. Police confiscated the gun.
Yes.
Your sister says it's her gun. You say it's your gun. You paid for it. She was supposed to change the registration, sort of never got around to it. So the first thing I'm going to deal with is this gun. When did you purchase it?
I went up to Vancouver, Washington, and visited her.
Just give me a date.
Probably in November of 05.
And you had the gun unregistered since November of 05?
Yes.
And the police now have it?
Yes.
That's too bad. Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. You don't expect to get help from me in that area, do you?
Not at all.
So you don't get your money back and you don't get the gun back. Somebody gives you a handgun. This is not a little teeny handgun. This is a serious handgun. According to you, it's a Glock?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, in 4 years' time that you have it, it should have been registered. And the fact that it wasn't registered, you get no help from me. So the police now have the gun?
Yeah.
Perfect. It's where it belongs.
She was living out of state. I went up to see her.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You're a grown man. In your jurisdiction, is the gun supposed to be registered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she had asked me to take the gun because
I don't care. I don't care what the reason is. You live in a jurisdiction where you're supposed to register handguns. You had the gun for 4 years, unregistered. You don't come to court to ask them to help to get your gun back.
Yeah.
That was your responsibility. All right. So that takes care of gun over. Now, let's take care of rent. You moved out in November.
Yes, ma'am. We moved out because of the escalation of violence that he was displaying.
You didn't want to live there anymore. You moved out in November.
Thanksgiving Day.
And you paid rent for November.
Yes, ma'am.
What rent do you want?
Well, our agreement was that we would give each other a 60-day notice.
When did you make that agreement?
When we moved in.
Is that right?
First it was 90 days, then it was 60 days, then it went back to 90, then it went back to 60. He kept changing it. So it was difficult to determine.
Is it at least 30?
Yes. We had notified him in September that we would be moving out within the next couple months.
That's not true.
Well, tell me when that conversation took place, Ms. Carey.
I don't remember exactly what date, but it became very apparent in September that we had to move on.
When did you tell your brother that you were, in fact, moving out? In September, it became apparent. Apparent
Yes.
is not a contract.
Well, I told him in September we're moving out within the next couple of months.
No, she
That's
didn't.
not an answer.
And
No, that's no, Ms. Corrigan. That's not giving him notice that you're moving out within the next couple of months.
2 weeks before the incident where I had to call the police, I told them, him and his wife, that if there are any further incidents of violence or display of rage, that we would move out immediately.
Okay. So describe to me what happened on the 26th of November.
It was actually the Sunday before that we decided that we had to get out immediately.
Well, tell me what happened, because that's germane, because otherwise you are responsible for December's rent.
He and his wife were asking me what day I was moving out. I didn't know exactly what day I was moving out, so I was unable to answer their question.
Just a second. They said to you, what day are you moving out, and you answered what?
I said, I don't know. I'll know in the next few days. That was my answer.
Okay, I don't know. I'll know in the next few days.
Yes.
Did you tell them what month you would be moving out?
I did not.
Why not?
Because I didn't know exactly what day I was going to be moving out.
I didn't say day, Miss Corrigan. If you said, I don't know what day, but I'll be moving out in November, or I'll be moving out in December, that at least gives them some indication of when they have to start to look for someone else to take over part of the rent, if they need somebody else to take over part of the rent, because I assume you were there because you were paying rent.
Yes, we were
So
paying
why didn't
rent.
you tell them, I'm moving out in November? I don't know what date.
I was upset, and I didn't want to go into...
That's right. So you didn't give him an answer.
Correct.
So you didn't give him an answer.
I didn't give him an answer that he wanted.
No, you didn't give him an answer because you were upset.
I was feeling cornered because in several occasions before that...
I don't care before that. He and his wife said to you, when are you moving out? Just give me a date. And you said, I can't give you a date because I don't know now. When you, in fact, knew you were moving out in November. So you chose not to do that. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So he didn't like that I wasn't going to give him a specific date because I didn't know.
Just tell me what he said to you and what you said to him, not that he didn't like. I don't want to hear he didn't like.
Okay. He was getting upset, more and more upset, and I said, you know, this is not a time to continue this conversation. I'm going to go into my room.
What did he say to you?
I don't remember exactly what he was saying to me.
I just was asking her when she was going to move out.
Well, he was yelling at me.
Don't speak. You were asking her when she was moving out. She said to you, I don't know when I'm moving out. I can't give you a date. Then you said to her what?
I said, well, we need to know so we can make arrangements ourselves.
Okay, and she said to you what?
I don't have to answer you. I don't have to talk to you.
And then?
And then she went into her room and shut the door.
And then?
That's when I took the picture and broke the picture.
So you took a picture.
Out of pure frustration.
And you broke it.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's part of what she's suing for. So that you know you're responsible for.
I don't feel like I am.
Well, listen, you want to talk about your feelings, go someplace else. I don't care about your feelings.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Robert Carrigan says his sister Deborah Carrigan and her daughter Rachel Lopez owe for rent, bills, and the value of a gun. The defendants are countersuing for the return of their security deposit and destruction of property.
Okay, then what happened?
That's when I called the landlord and gave him a 30-day notice. But I had called him on November 1st and given him a 60-day notice because I'd been home from the hospital a couple weeks and I figured I'd be well enough to move by January.
What was wrong with you?
I had open heart surgery on October 8th.
So you gave the landlord 30 days notice?
Yeah, I gave him a 60-day notice on the 1st of November, and then they started giving me problems about paying the utility bills.
They had paid you for November?
No, they never paid me for the November bills.
Your Honor, we weren't giving him problems about paying the bills. I wanted to see copies of the bills.
Just 1 second. So do you have those bills?
Yeah.
Can I see them, please? And then I'll show them to her.
There you go. I have this broke
What is
down.
this?
That's for getting the carpets cleaned after we moved out.
We had cleaned the carpets 3 months before we moved out.
But we had 3 dogs that...
I don't care whether... I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Would you show her the bills, please?
We had also...
Shh. Those are the bills. Look at them. What is her share of the utilities?
It came to $299.34.
And what was her share of the rent for December?
The rent is $330 each for them.
Are you suing her?
Yes.
Stand up. Did you pay your rent for December?
No. We did not live there in December.
You don't have to live there in December. Mother had an agreement. Did you have an agreement to give him notice too?
In September, we gave them notice saying that we would be gone.
No, she
No,
didn't.
you didn't. I find that you did not. I find that the statement, "we'll be moving out within a couple of months," is not giving them notice. So far, you owe them $959. That's for your share of the utilities and December's rent for the two of you.
Hey, he also...
Now, you have a counterclaim. Your
Yes.
counterclaim is for the value of the picture.
Yes.
That he owes you. How much
Yes.
was the photograph? To
I
reframe
went
it.
and had an estimate done, what it would cost to restore this picture.
And reframe it.
And the estimate just for the picture is $269.38.
Let me see it, please.
And then I have 3 different price ranges of frames ranging from like $35 to $80 to replace the frame.
Can I see the photograph, please? Oh, it's a great picture. Okay. We have to pay for that, sir. All right. Your counterclaim was for the value of the picture and the return of your security deposit. You had a security deposit of $900?
That is
And
correct.
he had a security deposit of $900. And you moved out when?
On December 23rd.
How much did you get back from the landlord?
We didn't get anything back because there was a redwood.
Just a second. I just want to know if you got anything back.
No.
Do you have a statement from the landlord that indicates that you're not getting anything back?
Yes.
I'd like to see it, please.
Here it is.
How many dogs did you have?
I have 2 dogs.
What kind?
I have a Labrador Retriever and then a mix. He's about 30 pounds.
And you?
I have an Australian Shepherd.
This is excessive traffic and chewing of the redwood railings.
It was his dog that did the chewing.
Okay, very good. You don't get your security deposit back. It costs more than that to fix that and to clean the carpets, according to the bills that are there. Okay. Your sister owes you $659. I have given you credit for the photograph restoration and framing. Clear?
Yes.
That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was displaying escalating fits of violence.
It was actually pure frustration at the fact that she wouldn't give me a straight answer.
We had to get out of there.
I do not consider him family anymore.
I'm done with him.
It's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of loss versus loss. Step forward, please.
Deborah Loss is suing her son, 25-year-old Michael Loss, for loans to pay off debt and to make his car insurance payments.
This is your son.
Yes.
How many children do you have, Mrs. Loss?
I have 2.
How old is this one?
He's 25.
And your other one?
29.
Does your 29-year-old live at home?
No. He's
On his
married.
own?
Yes.
Married on his own.
Yes. 2 children.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Loss?
I'm a manager of a restaurant.
For how long?
Going on 3.5 years.
Why does your mother take care of your son?
Why? Mostly because she chooses to. I mean, he wants to go and spend time with her, and she enjoys it. I mean,
What I'm asking you is how come he doesn't live with you?
well, he does. I mean, it's a back and forth, you know what I mean? Like, he stays with me, and then he'll go there sometimes on the weekend whenever she's out of school. And
Who takes care of him when you're at the restaurant?
my girlfriend,
Is that right?
or my mother,
And where is the child's mother?
she's at home.
So you live with the child's mother,
Yes,
but your mother takes care of him a good deal of the time.
yes,
You advanced your son some money on condition that he would pay you back.
Yes.
I believe that was for insurance.
Yes.
How much did you advance him?
I paid a total of $1,344.
Was this car insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your mother pay for your car insurance for you?
yes, she did.
That's what you seem to indicate in your answer, that you did in fact borrow this money from your mother, but you don't have to return it because she lost an inheritance that was rightfully yours.
Yes,
All right. When you initially borrowed this money from your mother, did you ever tell her that you would pay her the money back?
yes, I did.
When did you tell her that you would pay her the money back?
I told her that I would give her money at the beginning of every month.
For the insurance.
Yes.
When did you change your mind?
I decided that I needed this money that she had lost during her bankruptcy, and I didn't feel that I should be entitled to pay it back.
Mrs. Loss?
Yes.
How often does your grandson stay with you?
He stays with me just about every weekend, sometimes a couple days during the week, quite often.
So you enjoy having your grandson around?
I love it.
Okay, tell me about this inheritance, sir.
Okay, it was actually through my grandmother. She gave this money to my mother, and my mother had it in her name. And it was, I'm not exactly sure the exact amount. I think it was around about a $12,000 to $13,000, which was supposed to be split evenly for tuition for school between me and my brother, which my grandmother had explained to me.
How long ago was this?
It was probably 9 years ago, maybe 8, I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's just basically all that I really ever knew about it. And then my mother had to file bankruptcy due to her last marriage. And it was like a down spiral for her as far as she had to go into debt. Well, during that bankruptcy, she lost everything. She lost all the tuition money for me and my brother, her van, and a few other things.
Mm-hmm.
And it upset me, you know what I mean? Because I was planning on going to college. But as of right now, I've got a son, and I've been trying to work to do better. But
Who did you live with when you were growing up?
my mother.
Did she work?
Yes, she did.
What kind of work did she do?
She was a school teacher, and plus she even worked a second-time job after she got out of school.
Is there any particular reason why her finances became difficult?
Due to her ex-husband's medical condition.
What was the nature of his medical condition?
He had epilepsy and had a bunch of hospital bills, which drove my mother into debt.
So there were medical bills that she was responsible for because he was her husband.
Right.
And?
Honestly, I don't think that she should have allowed for it to continue. And otherwise, I don't think I would have had to have lost that tuition money. You know what I mean? That I was entitled to.
Mr. Loss, if you had said to your mother a year and a half ago, I'd like you to pay for my insurance on my truck or my car because I really can't afford to pay it, and you really owe me that money anyway because I think, wrongly, I will tell you, but I think that since you lost Grandma's money that I was really supposed to have, you didn't lose it gambling or drinking. I mean, she was taking care of her responsibilities and at the same time taking care of her 2 sons. But if you had said that to her right up front, I would say, and if your mother continued to give you this money, then you would write. But that's not what happened, Mr. Loss. What happened was you said to your mother, I'll pay you each month. And then you said, well, I really shouldn't have to pay her back. Why shouldn't I have to pay her back? Well, maybe because the sky is blue, maybe because it's Tuesday, maybe because it's Friday. Maybe because 9 years ago, she lost my grandmother's money that I was supposed to have. What if she didn't have money to feed you? Do you think she should have used Grandma's money? Of course. If your grandmother wanted you to have the money, sir, she would have put the money in trust for your first name?
Michael.
Michael Loss. And your brother?
He came to me asking for a loan of $1,500. The reason why I gave him the loan of $1,500 was that he had given me $400 of his stimulus check towards his insurance. So I felt, since he was trying to make an attempt to pay back some monies, that I would go ahead and take out the $1,500.
Did he say anything about using this inheritance money as a write-off?
No.
No. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
What'd you need the $1,500 for?
To catch up on my cell phone bill, and I had a power bill that was high, too.
See what happens, even though you work? Sometimes you work, you don't make enough money, just like your mother. She worked, she was a school teacher, according to you, had the second job, but then all of a sudden, her husband got sick. She had hospital bills, so with best intentions and working very hard, she still couldn't deal with it, right?
Right. That's correct, man.
Aren't you sorry you're here?
Am I sorry?
Yeah.
No.
You should be. $2,844. That's what you owe your mother, and an apology. That's all. Step out.
Case number 559 on the calendar in the matter of Howie versus Rebels. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Mr. Howie, how long have you and your wife been married?
4 years, going on 5 years.
And you have one child?
Yes, ma'am.
How old?
Our child is 4 months old.
Defendant is your former girlfriend. You have a child with her who is now 12 years old. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
You and your wife get along?
Yes, very much.
You may have to tell her to butt out of your business. That's going to be a hard thing for you to do.
Yes, ma'am.
But I read your complaint, and that's eventually what you're going to have to tell her to do. Butt out. Because this is your complaint, which I have a sense that would not have been brought were it not for your wife. You were moving from one location to another.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant moved into your old place. Is that right?
That's correct.
And there was some furniture there. According to your wife, because she wrote the complaint, you loaned her the furniture, said you could use it. And then you left and you moved to your new location, where you still reside.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also left the cable on in your name.
That's correct, in Kristen's name, my wife.
And she said she would take care of switching it over. You eventually did switch it over. And there was a cable bill for a couple of months. How many months?
It's 2 months.
Which is how much?
$367.57 from the collections.
Right. From collection?
From the collections, now because now it's
Okay.
in collections.
Some of that was her bill.
Don't speak! and you want the furniture back. Now, there's some convoluted story that you went there and didn't take the furniture back, left it there, and now she hasn't returned it to you and you've asked for it.
Yes.
But this whole thing came about because probably your wife had a baby. There was a lot of money going out. You haven't paid child support in a while. They're taking your tax return.
Yes, ma'am.
So your wife said, now you're going to sue her for the furniture. That be a fair statement, Mr.
It's,
Howie?
you know, it's pretty close.
It's pretty close. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out, sir. That's why you have to tell your wife to back off. This 12-year-old child has nothing to do with her.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with her. And anything that's done since I assume that for 12 years or 11 years, before you got involved with her, before you made another baby with her, everything was okay with Miss Revels and your child.
Absolutely.
You enjoyed a reasonable relationship. You even asked her to move in. There was no animus for a very long time.
No, I'm not saying that. This has nothing to do with my 12-year-old daughter, though. This has to do
It
with...
has everything to do with your 12-year-old daughter, sir. You go to court when you haven't paid child support because you have a new baby.
Well, I will pay mine.
And you have new responsibility. Before you had a new baby, a new responsibility, and a new wife, you paid your child support when you were supposed to. You did what you were supposed to. You lived close to your child.
Yep.
You know, I could write this book even though it's not in here, Mr. Howie.
Oh, listen,
I've been in family court for a very long time, sir. That's what happened. You had a wonderful relationship with your child. You had a decent relationship with the defendant. You paid your child support when you were supposed to. You decided to have a new life. You married this lady. You and your wife decided to have a new child. And then all of a sudden, new wife says, money's going out. That's not fair.
Your Honor, I mean, with all due respect, she owes the money.
The cable bill's
That
in
has
my
nothing
name.
to do with
Listen
it.
to me. I'm not talking about the cable bill. I'm talking about the furniture. The cable bill she knows she owes, right?
Yes, you're right.
So she doesn't owe me for the furniture because I owe her child
Mr.
support?
Howie.
I mean, she can't
Mr.
have
Howie,
both, right?
I don't think she agreed to buy the furniture.
You're right, she didn't, but where's it at? She
Just
never
a
gave
second.
it to us.
I don't think she agreed to buy the furniture. If you say, I sold her the furniture for $500 and she didn't pay it, that's a different story. That's not what you say here. And what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Howie, is you're going to have to tell your wife to back off, that it's none of her business.
Well, the furniture was my doing. That's me. It's my furniture.
You can't have it back.
Well, shouldn't I
You
be
can't have
compensated?
it
I don't
back.
want it back. I just want to be compensated
You're
for it.
not going to get compensated for it. You're not going to get money from her for it, especially if you tell me I don't want it back. Say, I don't
It's
want
gone.
it back.
We tried getting it back. It's gone.
Your Honor, they have not.
Just a second. Especially if you tell me I don't want it back. I want to be compensated for it. When was the last
Well,
time?
I'll take it back if
Hey,
you give it back to me. But
We've tried to get it back 2
This
times.
has nothing to do with you. The cable bill was in your name. You're going to get paid. Other than that, it has nothing to do with you. This 12-year-old has nothing to do with you.
I'm not following the relevance of my daughter in this.
That's because you're a moron.
Okay. Okay.
That's because you're a moron. If you're standing on one side of a council table and the mother of your child is standing on the other side of a council table, that's not good for your child.
Exactly.
You don't get that. And if you don't get that, you're a moron.
Okay.
Now you get it.
Sure.
And if you didn't pay child support, because according to your wife, let me read you what she wrote. Due to our financial stresses, John got behind in his child support payments. And the government is now keeping our tax refund that we would have received in April of '09. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
They're supposed to keep your refund if you get behind. Why did you get
Exactly.
behind, Mr. Howie?
Because she had been taken off of work because of her pregnancy.
That's not her problem.
I agree.
Just a
It's not
second.
her problem.
That's not her problem. That's not your 12-year-old daughter's problem.
You're right.
That you made a new baby. If you can't afford to have 2 children, only have 1. And if you can't afford to have 1, you don't have 14. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I understand. Actually,
It's very nice to want to have another baby. You don't have another baby unless you can afford it. And one of the things that happens when you have a baby, the mother sometimes has to take time off from work. She doesn't feel well. Sometimes she takes maternity leave. You don't have 2 incomes anymore. And all of a sudden, you have to make choices. And the choice that you made was not to send your 12-year-old daughter child support. That's unacceptable, sir. And because you got PO'd, because they advised you that your tax return was being paid, you're not getting your furniture back. Your wife is getting her cable bill paid because that you owe her.
So she gets to keep all my stuff and get her child support? I mean, can't we have an equilibrium here?
Yeah, you just had an equilibrium. I made you an equilibrium. If you don't understand it, that's your problem. Put your hand down.
She gets the world and I get
Put your hand down.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. John and Kristen Howie claim the mother of John's child, Leela Revels, owes for a cable bill and for the value of missing belongings.
Mr. Howie, how much do you pay in child support?
$266.
$266 a week?
A month.
A month. Let's figure that out.
Which we never get.
Get him out of here, please. He's useless. Okay, Mr. Howie, let me tell you what your super generous child support to your daughter generates. $8 a day. I don't feed my 2 dogs on $8 a day. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
You get it? You don't pay child support for this child. You pay a token of what it costs to raise a 12-year-old. You can't buy a pair of sneakers and a pair of jeans and an outfit to go to school. You can't feed a child for $8 a day. So your $8 a day is a token. What it says is, I know I'm your father, and I know I can't support you adequately, but I have to do something, so here's my $8 a day. Do you get it, sir?
I understand what you're saying.
And you don't even pay that. You have some gall standing there. You really do. You have some gall standing there. And I'm telling you, there's going to have to come a time when you're going to have to find yours and tell her to stay out of your business. Do you understand, Mr. Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
Go looking for them. We understand each other? You get your $367 for a cable bill. Period. End of discussion. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She painted a pretty ugly picture, you know, the judge did, but I mean, it's her ruling, so we got to go with it.
Maybe he'll start paying some child support.
I understand I owe her a lot in child support, and I do plan on paying that back.
We tried to get the furniture back a lot of times, but it was never there for us to get it.
It's all there. We're still sitting on the couch to this day.
They lied and said we didn't even try to get it.
I didn't even know that was a problem until not too long ago.
It's all said and done, so let's just, you know, have a short memory of this incident and forget about it.
I would hope, you know, we all could get along. I mean, I hope this doesn't, you know, affect anything.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Byers versus Byers, step forward.
James Byers is suing his son, Gabriel Byers, for the return of money he gave him for safekeeping.
Mr. Byers, this is your son. According to your complaint, several years ago, you left some money in an account for him that he was just sort of keep in case of emergencies. It's your claim that that was $5,000. You want your money back. Your son's defense to that is you told him that he could replenish that account whenever he had extra money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I have a few questions for you because I found some things interesting in your complaint and some things interesting in your answer. First, Mr. Byers, show me where you got the money from to put in an account in your son's name.
From working.
No, show me the account. Where you got the money from, transfer, whatever.
There you have the cashier's check and a copy of the canceled cashier's check.
And that was in November of 2005.
Right.
And did you have any formal agreement with your son in writing with regard to this money?
No, I didn't.
Now, I've read in your son's answer that you and his mother were divorced.
Yes, we are.
And there were 2 children.
There are 3.
3 children. And there was a period of time when you were in substantial noncompliance with a child support order. Is that correct?
That's true.
And that arrears had accrued for at least 2 of your children. A daughter, is that correct?
That is not correct.
A son.
Just a son.
I'm quoting your son's answer. He was trying to get a job at the time, and I told my mother that he had changed, and now that I was grown, to let it go. She signed off on approximately $60,000 that he owed her. My mother called me very upset over his second attempt to get his back child support cleared again, and I had had it. So is that for the same child, sir?
I really
not
don't
an
know.
answer.
I really don't know what he's saying there.
Well,
I have no
I'm
idea.
asking you questions, sir. In what year did you have your former wife sign off and say she no longer wanted to collect $60,000 from you in back child support? In what year was that?
I have no idea.
What year, sir?
I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly.
Well, figure it out as closely as you can. Otherwise, I'll call your mother.
It was 2004, maybe.
So it was about the same time that your father gave you a check for $5,000. Is that correct?
That check came some years later.
No. That check came in 2005.
Okay, then the child support thing happened maybe a couple years before that then.
Who was the child support for?
The child support that was signed off on was for myself and my brother.
How old is your brother?
He is 40.
And when were they coming after your father for this back child support? Or was your mother coming after him for the
I guess
back
my mother
child?
was coming after him about it.
And she signed off on it?
After I talked to her about it, yes.
Right. And then you got a check for $5,000 from your father?
Yes, I did.
Why do you think that your former wife signed off on $60,000 worth of back child support?
Your Honor, I have no knowledge of her signing off on anything.
Was she pursuing child support from you, sir? Did she have a case, or was she proceeding with a case to try to recoup the child support that you owed her?
I simply don't know. I have
Your
no
son
idea.
knows, and she would know. She's a simple phone call.
She didn't sign off, as far as I know, on any $60,000 worth of child support.
Child support in any amount?
Not that I know of. She
Well,
told me that
explain-
she had. She told me she had signed off, let's say, in '98 or something like that.
Wasn't
and then
98.
I began to get notices of child support. I go to her and I ask her, I said, what is this? She told me you had signed off. She said, well, give me the notices and I'll take care of it, and then didn't. So I don't know of anything about any sign off, period.
All right. Now you're going to tell me the story so that I can believe it about why you gave your son a certified check for $5,000.
I simply gave it to him for safekeeping. I
want you to explain to me why a certified check, sir.
Well, so I could have a paper trail.
You have a paper trail if you have a regular check. You have a canceled check. You have the same check that you do if you have an official check, sir.
Well, I felt a certified check was the thing to do.
When was the last time you gave your son a substantial amount of money?
Well, I've given him money, and he's run into rough spots before, and I've given him money before.
Only fair. You didn't support him as you were supposed to when he was growing up, so you made up for it now. Only reasonable.
I'm trying to understand what money before had
Just
he
to
given
say, what
me?
doesn't make any difference. Does anything that I say sound as if it's hurting you, sir? Does anything that I'm saying
No.
in this case sound as if I'm hurting you?
No, ma'am.
So what I'm saying to you, Mr. Byer, is the money that you didn't pay for his support when he was growing up, if you threw him an extra couple of dollars or an extra couple of $1,000s when he was in need as an adult, so what? It was money that you owed anyway.
I owe his mother money, not him.
You don't owe his mother money anymore.
I owe his mother money.
When was
and
the
not
last
him.
time you gave his mother money?
There is an order in place.
That's not my question. When was the last time you gave his mother money?
I can't remember.
Well, was it in this decade? Was it in this millennium?
The only thing I can tell you is that I'm paying child support, and I am current, and I have been current for 10 years.
He can't be current. He's 37.
I'm current in the arrears that was set up.
When your son has the money to give you back that you left in his care, he'll pay you back. Can you give him back any money now?
No, ma'am.
I left the money with him simply for him to, as a keepsake. For me.
As a keepsake.
And actually,
as a
he would
keepsake.
run
Mr.
into...
Byer, I never heard such a ridiculous story in my life. And if you and your son have an agreement, and your son says that you have an agreement, I don't know why he said it. I'm not exactly sure, because I think if my common sense dictates to me, there was sort of a quid pro quo, that your son got his mother to sign off on this child support, and in exchange he got the $5,000. That sounds logical to me. What does not sound logical to me is an adult parent saying to a child, I'm giving you $5,000, as you just said to me, as a keepsake for me, and I'll come to you when I need it or when I want it. That suggests that you can't take care of your own money, or that the state was coming after you for money, and the reason you put it in a cashier's check was that there was no paper trail. No paper trail, not a paper trail, no paper trail. So you had accumulated some cash, you wrote out a cashier's check, and you gave it to him to put away. Either way, I'm not helping you, Mr. Buyer. Goodbye.
On the calendar in the matter of Sarden versus Foote.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Sarden, you allowed the defendant to borrow your car. She took your car. She totaled your car. You want it fixed or replaced.
Yes.
Ms. Foote says that you loaned her your car. She did total your car. It was your car's fault, and she's counterclaiming for the pain and suffering she endured when your car was in an accident. What kind of car was this?
The Lexus ES300,
What year?
1993.
How long have you had it?
About 7 to 8 years.
Have you had any trouble with the car?
No.
Has the car ever been in an accident?
No.
You have it serviced regularly?
Yes.
And it has never been in a reported accident other than this one?
No.
Tell me about the circumstances surrounding your loaning Miss Foote the car.
She was supposed to go to the store.
Where were you first?
We was at a mutual friend's house. We was there for a birthday party for a little kid. I had showed up later on, and then...
What date was it?
March 17th, 2007.
And I assume you knew her before?
Yes.
How long have you known each other?
For about a year and a half, closer to.
Just friends?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so go.
So I had let her borrow my car. She was supposed to go to the store. Now, in order...
Did she ask you to borrow the car?
Actually, we had needed to go on a store run, and I did not feel like going out. I had just came back from driving all day, so I did not feel like going out, so I had let Megan borrow the car.
Well, tell me how it came about.
We was talking, we was in a room, and then everybody was like, we need to go to the store. So I'm like,
What did you have to get?
We had to get cigarettes and beer.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I had let her borrow the car.
I still haven't heard how that came about. Somebody said we need cigarettes and beer.
Okay,
And?
we was talking, everybody was talking. I'm sitting there saying, I'm not going to the store. So then she has said, I'll go to the store, you know I'm good. And I said, Meg, I said, are you sure you straight? She was like, Cal, I'm good. So I let her borrow the car.
Oh, okay. So everybody had been drinking?
No, not everybody, no.
But you asked her whether she was okay.
Yes.
Anybody been doing drugs that evening?
No.
Smoking a little?
No.
Just beer?
Yes, beer and cigarettes.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so then she had asked me to borrow the car to go to the store.
Go. She said, I'll go.
Yes.
And I'm good.
Yes.
Which means that she was
Yes.
together enough to go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So then she went to the store, and now from the house that we was at to go to the store, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes to go to the store and back. So I had noticed my car hadn't been back in about a half an hour, so then I started to worry. And then so I had started to eat me some soup, and then after I finished the soup, I had noticed that my car still wasn't back. And then so one of my friends, female friends, had came over, and she was like, are you still waiting for your car? And I said, yes. And she was like, well, I think your car might have been involved in an accident up the block. And I was like, oh, no. So then I hopped in my friend.
Okay. And you found the car. Whatever. All right. You didn't witness the car accident, but you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you on your way to the store or from the store?
I was on my way from the store.
On your way back to the party?
Yes.
And what did you have in the car?
I had actually gone to pick up my roommate, and he was supposed to pick her up from work that evening. He had gotten intoxicated and forgot.
Who?
Calvin.
Was supposed to pick up your friend?
Yes.
Your Honor.
Fine. What about this beer and cigarette run?
We had gone to pick up cigarettes at the
Who
store.
did?
Me and my roommate.
So first you picked up your roommate.
Correct.
And then you went to pick up beer and cigarettes.
Cigarettes. There was
Just
no
cigarettes?
beer to be picked up. No.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And then you were on your way home.
We were on our way back to the party.
How far from the party were you? About a block?
Probably a minute to 2 minutes away. A few blocks.
So tell me what happened.
I was driving. The steering had malfunctioned. Let me get over here. The steering had malfunctioned probably about around here, where the car had gone into the mailbox. One of my passengers that was sitting in the front passenger seat had stated that I was going to hit a mailbox.
Don't tell me what anybody stated to you.
So the car swerved this way. It had swerved back to the other side of the road. Then it went over to the other side again and had gone up on the grass, hit the telephone pole, and that's about all I remember because I was knocked unconscious.
You have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
You have a car?
Not at the time, no, I did not have a vehicle.
Did you ever have a vehicle?
Yes.
What happened to the car?
I had sold it because of personal issues.
Sold it why?
I had been going, I'm a single mother, and I was more concerned about caring for my child at the time. The car was not in my expenses. It wasn't in my means at the time, so I sold the vehicle so I was able to accommodate my son as properly needed.
You work?
Yes, I do.
How do you get to work?
I have a vehicle now. I went and purchased a vehicle about a couple months ago.
This happened in March.
Correct.
A couple of months ago is April, May.
Right. I purchased the vehicle in May.
When had you sold your other vehicle?
That was, November of 2006.
From November in 2006 until May, what did you do?
I had family members helping me out. My brother lent me his car every now and then.
Well, how did you get to work every day?
I would have my family members drop me off to work.
Who do you live with?
I live with my roommate.
She talks very, very fast on her feet.
Yana,
But I don't believe everything that you're saying to me. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You understand that? You know, because if something doesn't make sense, there's always that slight hesitation.
Right.
So you can always tell when somebody is giving you a line.
Right.
Making things up as they're going. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Okay, where's the car now?
The car is totaled.
Totaled?
Yes, and I have pictures also right here showing
I'd like
that it's
to see
totaled. And also I have an invoice from the place where it was totaled at, stating that it was a total loss.
Well, it certainly is a total loss. Did you replace it?
No.
You know what the blue book is on it?
Yes. I have it right here.
I'd like to see it.
There we go. Right there. And also, Your Honor, just to make you aware, in that area, it's a 30-mile-per-hour zone, and I have pictures of that showing that it's a 30-mile-per-hour zone.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Because this wasn't a 30-mile-per-hour accident.
No way.
Now, how fast were you going?
To be honest with you, I don't really recall, but I was never given a speeding ticket.
Were you taken to the hospital?
I refused the ambulance ride because I didn't know what kind of situation he had as far as insurance. I didn't want to put him into financial debt.
What, are you kidding me? You didn't go to the hospital because you probably had a high blood alcohol level.
I was never given a sobriety test.
I didn't ask you that.
Also, Your Honor, I have in my police report where it says that she has slid 144 feet.